It's all right. Great good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Tuesday, August 4, year of our Lord 20 and 26. It's 9:16 a.m. on my Picardo Jewelers watch. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, broadcasting today from the United States of America, the place where the brave, like the veterans we've lost this year and last, but celebrate today. Thanks to our man John Basiliga and his great Serenity Care, personal care community. Like attorney Jerry Butler, Scranton, Music Lakes, William Bill Young, Scranton, and James Peter Pete Weinbrake, Clark Summit. The United States of America, founded with a certain knowledge and understanding by our amazing, irreplaceable, and profoundly wise founding fathers who knew that government should not, could not, and set about to make sure it would not be our parent, our guide, our direction, our salvation. Not any of these things. Because they knew that government power means less freedom, less liberty, and less choice. They also knew that human nature would abuse government power. I guess they were right. The United States of America, the country where, for the first time in human history, freedom was declared by law to be an unalienable right granted to each individual by God. It couldn't be parceled out to groups. It couldn't be controlled by government or government officials because our great American Constitution ensures and codifies freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of association, economic freedom, and even freedom of the press. Used, abused, so what? We're free to ignore them. Now, because they were armed with these freedoms, and only because of that fact, these Americans, a ragtag bunch of immigrants, many of them rejects from around the world, they and their progeny created the richest, most powerful, most culturally diverse and accepting nation ever to grace our planet Earth. America, the only place specifically invented and designed so that every American can live their life in the manner they choose, unlimited by their background, upbringing, race, color, or creed, unhindered by the government or those who would use government to control others for their own comfort, benefit, or power. This Bob Cordaro Show, it will always be convincingly conservative, lovingly logical, proudly and passionately patriotic, and reliably right. And so, we gavel to order today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our total, immersive, immovable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here for the balance of this singular, extraordinary morning. Well, I had to play the whole Bill Maher thing. It was just, I'm telling you, it was perfect. It captured the Democrat Party, and I hope, because more than 40% of this audience is Democrats, I hope it captured you if you were wavering for this sickness which has invaded your party. And then, frankly, at this point, there's nothing you do about it except vote against them. They've got to be completely rejected, and the lunatics have to go and form their own party. Now, the other part about this, though, and here's the problem. I've told you this before. Why are the Democrats consistently on the 10 and 15% side of issues like the Save America Act, like having a closed border, like no cashless bail and no coddling of criminals, like mutilation of children like Paige Cognetti wants, and her fundraisers? And that's the answer. The money that is generating all the buzz for the Democrats, paying all the protesters, anti-ICE and all of that. No King's Rally. All of that money is coming from billionaires and billionaire groups who hate America and want to see its destruction. So until, because I've said this, who are these moderates? Like you've got the Senate primary in Michigan. Who are these moderates? I can't find them. I don't know who they are. Bill Maher is a moderate now. James Carville, as stupid and goofy as he is, he's a moderate now. But there is no such thing in the party. That party is gone. Stick a fork in it. You can't vote for it in clear conscience. They're nuts. And have Bill Maher call him out so, well, he wasn't concise. He went on. But every point was important to relate to this audience. Every point was important to understand. They are gone. Paige Cognetti's gone. Now, she probably is into all of it. If you go to a fundraiser for a guy who's at a guy's house whose sole goal in life, whose apparent profession is mutilating children who have gender dysphoria, you know you're sick. You're gone. So that's where we stand today. It's nuts. And they're getting worse. The 4 years under Biden, warp speed to the left. And now they're gone. They hate America. They're against America. They're against everything that's good and right about this country. They're communists. The Democrat Party right now is the Communist Party. A true existential danger to the United States of America. Wow, that's sad. And it's scary. Because the Republicans can be jerks too. Believe me, they could lose it. 9:24 on my Ricardo's watch. We had to do all this to open the program. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK, come back with a little music, a little history, and remind you that you could check out the program, 103.1 FM, 910 AM, 980 AM, WILKnewsradio.com, and, of course, on live stream. Go to YouTube, WILK, Bob Cordaro Show, Roach Supply bringing it to us. They are the premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania. 75 years in business. Visit Roach Supply at their stores in Honesdale or Chapman Supply in South Abington Township, or Roach Supply, ROCHE, roachsupply.com today. We'll be back. The Everly Brothers. They appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show this date, 1957, Murph tells us. They performed their hit, Wake Up Little Susie. And Murph tells us, and this is, you tell me you don't love this name. Our favorite sheriff, and then don't any of you others take offense. Our favorite sheriff, Susie Laguzzi. How about that? The songs for Susie Laguzzi today. Susie, how the heck are you? I'm so happy you're listening. And I'm so happy you're a sheriff protecting the courthouse. Hopefully protecting Murph from his many fans after his performance Sunday night. Well, shout out, Susie. How are you? And happy to play that song. Yeah. This, we're going to get into it at some point. Trump with another pause. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's a mistake. There is no negotiating. Please tell me any deal that Iran agreed to and then followed since the Ayatollah 47 years ago. Please tell me. I don't know. I mean, you can't go against history. You can't go against human nature. This is the scum of the earth. This is actual evil leading that country. Now, I don't know. I'm assuming the embargo is still on, and the financial pressure may be as bad as the military pressure. So as long as the embargo's there, I'm like, oh, okay, fine. If they can't ship anything out of the Persian Gulf, we're stopping it with our blockade. But I'm not happy about it. I truly am not. And I'm one who believes 1,000%, and I think it's provable, not just subjectively, but objectively, we had to do this. We had to attack Iran. We had to take them out. Somebody says Trump is replenishing armaments. I mean, they're not going to be replenished in a couple of days. They're not even going to be replenished in a couple of months. We either have them or we don't. All right, 9:32, 9:33 on my Picardo's watch. We'll take this break. Let's hear from our great sponsors. We'll come back. We'll do a little bit of, well, not a little bit, a lot of a Veterans Tribute. Special Veterans Tributes today for me. All three of them I knew. And we'll be back with all of that on the Bob Cordaro Show. Our Veterans Tribute this hour, as with every hour, this day as with every day. Brought to you by our man John Basiliga. And on Tuesdays, we highlight one of his great companies, Serenity Care, the personal care community. Senior living facilities in 4 locations. The Mid-Valley section of Lackawanna County, Old Forge at its southern tip, and then Wyoming and Kingston in Luzerne County. All 4 of these facilities have been completely renovated inside and out. They are awesome. They are beautiful. They are the gold standard for senior living in Northeast Pennsylvania and beyond. Serenity Care personal care community, they say live better. And I promise you will at Serenity Care. Attorney Gerald Butler. He was just 78 when we lost him, July 29th, 2024. He was living at Music Lakes. Jerry was the husband of Susan Tremmel Butler, whom he was married to for 56 years. Susan's a great person, too. Born in Scranton, he graduated as valedictorian of the Scranton Preparatory School class of 1963 when prep was prep. Following his graduation from the College of Holy Cross in 1967, he attended my alma mater, the University of Pennsylvania, in pursuit of his law degree. Before completing it, Jerry stepped out and served in the Vietnam War in the United States Army Intelligence Division. Upon returning to civilian life, he completed his law studies and gained admission to the Pennsylvania Bar in 1974. Affable and warm-hearted, Jerry enjoyed social settings where he reveled in telling stories and jokes, often savoring the listener's reaction even more than the punchline. He was great. He was a dedicated family man, coached to his sons in their Little League and Biddy basketball. Jerry had a special affinity for rooting for the underdog in sports and in life, and he instilled that instinct in his children. His knowledge base and influence extended far beyond the sports world. He really knew a lot about everything. And if he felt his knowledge was lacking in a particular subject, Jerry would delve into the Encyclopedia Britannica without hesitation. His family perpetually served as a loyal audience to his performances, and I must say so did I. Whether they be untested jokes, literary orations, or spontaneous serenades, often accompanied with dance moves, this exceptional man will be sorely missed, but his generous and curious spirit will live on. Jerry survived by Susan, his wife, his daughter, his 3 sons, 11 grandchildren, and other family members. A true great and a person that was the epitome of a lawyer, a good one, Attorney Jerry Butler. Our great veteran this hour, brought to you by John Basiliga and Serenity Care Personal Care Community. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by, Johnny on the spot for today, the great Montage Mountain Water Park. Perfect day. Today, mostly sunny. Nicest day of the week, high 87. Tonight, partly cloudy, 62 degrees. Tomorrow, humid with times of clouds and sun. A thunderstorm may come around in the afternoon. High 83, low 71. Thursday, times of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. Humid. High 86, low 71. Friday, mostly cloudy and humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. High of 85, low 69. Saturday, mostly cloudy and humid. A thunderstorm in a couple of spots in the afternoon. High 84, low 67. A great week to get up to Montage, because guess what? If you got a little cloud burst, you go in the lodge and hang out at the Great Arcade. Montage Mountain, 73 degrees right now. You better start heading up. I think the Johnny Otis show, who moved into the top 10 charts at number 8, Murph tells us this date, 1958, with Willie and the Hand Jive. What is that? Only Johnny Otis knows what the hand jive actually is. And another shout out to Susie Laguzzi, just because I love saying your name, Susie. That's number one. And it's not Susie's birthday, so don't be bothering her. It's just a shout out to Susie Laguzzi. And then we'll shout her out maybe for every song, not just Wake Up Little Susie. By the way, Mark the Shark from Hazleton. He wants to know where he's in Hazleton. Where can he sign the petition without driving half an hour? Because you know this, the Bulldog and I love to go visit Lorraine in Hazleton. But let's face it, it's an hour down and an hour back. And so we don't get there like we like to. So Mark the Shark wants to know, where do I sign in Hazleton? So if anybody's listening, that's part of that effort. We got somebody that wants to sign. Where do they do it in the Hazleton area? Thanks for asking, Mark. Because those are important questions, especially in this last week and this last push. 9:45 on the program and on the Picardo Jewelers Watch. Just want to remind you, Tina Morocco, our hourly sponsor, global sales advisor at Sotheby's International Realty in Naples. Now she's your trusted guide for Florida real estate. She knows everything about it. She knows everything about living there. She knows all the pitfalls, all the things you need to know, all the things you need to avoid. She's the best, and you can trust her. She's your trusted guide to Florida real estate, specializing in Southwest Florida. Check out Tina Morocco at Sotheby's Realty in Naples, or directly by looking her up, Tina Morocco, MURACCO.com. That's her website, TinaMorocco.com. But on any social media, Tina Morocco, MURACCO. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Little Eva. Murph tells us this date, 1962. She moved from number 14 to number 8 with that song, Locomotion. And why not shout out to Susie Laguzzi again? Why not? My man Mark Mayer reminding me. Now, there's two things. Let's talk about this Iran situation again and what I believe is the mistake, okay, that Trump is making. And again, he's got all of the information and intelligence that I do not have. But thinking that these people are going to change, it's a fool's errand. I don't get it. And I've said this, three things that Trump does that irritate me. Number one, he's a huckster. He loves to make money as much as anything else. That's number one. And the watches and all the bullshit. And these are things I put up with, by the way, happily put up with, considering the alternative. The second is he always exaggerates. And part of that exaggeration, which could be the third thing, he is an eternal optimist. Well, you can't be optimistic about evil. They literally cannot change their stripes. And the evil within the Iranian regime will kill anyone who is not evil or doesn't pretend they're evil. Period. I'd be telling the Israelis, hey, Benny, baby, are you ready to kill the next level of Iranian leaders? When are you going to do it? I'm waiting on you. That's what I'd be looking at. And then I'd be figuring out how could we do that. Takia. Remember that. We're seeing this with people like Paige Cognetti. They're pretending they're normal when they're left-wing lunatics. They use takia. Lie to get by. Lie to get ahead. Lie to take control. That's what Mamdani did in New York, and now he's in control with 7% of the vote. Unbelievable. Scary. And then when the U.S. pays them money, there's something they call jizya. And that means if you're not going to be a fundamental Islamist, you got to pay us. That's if we don't kill you. You got to pay us. And that's jizya. That's two of the bedrock principles of this evil empire. And they're there, and they're doing it. Amazing. Walter Griffith points out that they can reach me or text. Okay, this is for you, Mark the Shark, or anybody in Hazleton. 239-0025. We all know the area code. 239-0025. That's how dedicated he is. They'll figure out how to get you to sign it. 239-0025. Call or text. Probably easier to text. 239-0025. Okay? Somebody says, Bob, hearing the promotion with Sue Henry saying Trump could use his pen to eliminate the rain tax. Here, is that something a president is able to do? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I don't understand the promo. I've even told Sue that, but it's been running for 10 days now. No, he cannot end the rain tax with executive order, period. Somebody says, Bob, if you could also announce that Joe Grantide is at the Pittston Farmers Market today. Yes, he's there. Joe Grantide, he's at the Pittston Farmers Market. If anyone would like to get on and sign the petition, he'll be there till 2 o'clock. Guys, this is important. It's about your free speech. It's about your liberties. It's about giving your freedoms. It's that basic. Your freedoms of expression, speech, and thought over to a bunch of left-wing lunatics who have now taken over the Luzerne County Council. Maybe not all 7 that voted for it aren't lunatics, but they're dumb enough to follow the lunatics. This is bad. One of the first place that stayed conservative while the Democrat Party went insane was Luzerne County. But a lot of concentrated money from left-wing lunatic organizations in D.C. got these fools elected. And they're left-wing idiots. Please know that. You are no longer in charge of your own destiny if you don't go and sign this and then vote this fall. Very important. And I continued kudos to the people who are waging this fight on our behalf. On our behalf. Thank you to that. So 239-0025, text Walter. Or you could go to Pittston Farmers Market today. Mark Levin, somebody texted in, is angered by Trump not arming the Iranian people. It's going to be an historical blunder. Let me say this. I don't know how practical it is to do so. And Mark may be beyond his skis there. Generally, he isn't, by the way. On the fact that maybe it can't get done because if the Israelis haven't been able to do it, they've got they call it human. They've got true human intelligence in Iran. And they would be telling us we can't get it done. And we've still got, despite the politicization of the CIA and our intelligence services, we still have some great people in our intelligence services, and they must be telling Trump we can't get it done to any degree where it would be meaningful. We'll see. Mark Levin, usually right. But then in the end, so has Trump been. We'll see. But I don't like anything but an all-out aggressive, vigorous posture against our enemies. Trump's being, I don't know. I don't want to say soft because you could go around Iran. He ain't being soft. You could go check out Fredo Ayatollah and his the fact that he's crippled and probably in a coma, and not say, well, he's been soft. Let's get it done. 10:01 on my Picardo Jewelers watch. Let's hear from the news from Brian Hughes. We'll come back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Great good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Tuesday, August 4, year of our Lord 20 and 26. It's 10:08 on my Cordaro Jewelers watch here in the great Northeast, and I suspect some other places as well. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor, with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Serenity Care personal care community, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like veterans we've lost, sadly, but pay tribute today, thanks to John. Like attorney Jerry Butler, like Bill Young, like Pete Weinbrake. Three guys I was pleasured to know. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle. Gaveling back to order today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here. I prefer that to listen. Hearken. All right, one of the trolls says rain tax was created by executive order, should be able to do another one to get rid of it. And you're wrong as usual. This has to do with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the federal bureaucracy combined. There's no easy solution, unfortunately. I asked Dave McCormick about that. Usually I don't read the text while I'm doing an interview, but I asked Dave directly, and he said, the state is also in the way here. By the way, I wonder if Paige is back from Chicago yet. Raising money, like, does she go and hope that some catastrophe doesn't happen every time she's out of town? Because she's not doing her job as mayor. And you can expect more of the same if you vote for her for Congress. But the good thing is we're going to get rid of her. When she loses to Rob Bresnahan and we retain our great congressman, she'll resign as mayor and we can move on from this embarrassment. All right. So every time I think of something bad, I want to think of something great. And the Cody Barace Foundation has their annual to-do this Saturday, August 8th. It's basketball. It's a great cocktail party. It's all kinds of things. And here to tell us about it again this year is our friend Joe Barace. Joseph, how are you, my man?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Much better than I'm talking to you now. Tell us about the events Saturday, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about your brother and Cody and all of that. But tell us what's happening Saturday with regard to fundraising for the Cody Barace Foundation.
Yeah, so coming up on Saturday is our biggest fundraisers of the year. We have two events going on. In the morning, Saturday, down at Prep, we have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Age groups are 4th and 5th grade, 6th and 7th grade, 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th, 8th and 9th, high school and adults, and they have got both men's and women's divisions.
Neat.
So that goes on during the day.
And that is always great. That is always great, that event.
Yeah, it's been fabulous. We've had some really good basketball players from the area playing. It's just a great day to go out, compete, have some fun. And really have a great time out there.
How does a team get involved, or is that already done, taken care of?
No, you can still sign up. You can go to our website, CodyBaraceFoundation.com, and sign up your team to play.
BARRASSE, Cody Barace Foundation. All right, so the basketball happens in the morning, and then there's a lot of fun at night, too.
Yeah, that's correct. We have a party over the Scranton Cultural Center we call Continue Cody's Commitment. It's a night to kind of honor both Cody and the organ donation. So that goes on. It starts at 7 o'clock over at the Scranton Cultural Center. And it's a great time. We've got food from about 20 different restaurants from the area, all donated. It's a great time.
Oh,
Daddy on the sax is playing.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's big, Daddy. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So these events, you got the morning basketball, the afternoon, actually the early evening cocktail party at the Cultural Center. Tell us about the Cody Barrace Foundation. What does it do?
Yeah. So it was meant to honor my brother, kind of keep his spirit alive when it first started. So there's a full scholarship at Scranton Prep that has been fully funded, and
Wow.
now all the money that we raise goes towards families in our area that are seeking organ transplantation. So I think we currently help a little over 70 different families, mostly in the Northeast Pennsylvania region. We help them kind of cover things that insurance might not cover. So that could be gas and tolls driving up and down to Philadelphia or Hershey, once a month. It could be covering a stay for their loved one while they're, taking care of them in the hospital down in one of those cities.
Wow.
It could be special dietary meal plans, kind of a range of things that insurance just might not cover, but it's stuff that they still need. And when you get a transplantation, some of their medications they're on for life. So it's not just kind of a one-time expense; it's an ongoing yearly thing, and we're there to help them.
That is and that is such a big deal. And you said you're assisting over 70 families now?
Correct.
Wow. That is great. So Joe, tell us a little bit about Cody. I knew Cody. He was a character. Tell us about your brother.
Yeah, my brother was he was one of my best friends, but more importantly, he was just a great person. He had a sense of humor, loved to joke around, have a great time, and most importantly, he loved to compete. And that's kind of what led us to starting the 3-on-3. We want to do something fun. Cody didn't really get along well with coaches, but he loved to play basketball. So we kind of wanted to do something similar. Let people go out, play, have fun, just kind of honor him, and so that's what we do. And it's great, And then at night we get to tell some fun stories about Cody, hear from people that knew him, and then talk a little bit about why organ donation is important. But,
and everybody has a blast at this. If I have a wedding, I'm actually I don't want to diss the people getting married, but I'm a little disappointed they scheduled it on the evening of the event at the Cultural Center.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. But yeah, it's great. The fun thing about Cody was he always made sure to have a good time kind of wherever he went. So we like to do that as well.
And he was a fierce friend too, wasn't he?
He was. He if he called you your friend, it meant something. He was loyal to a fault sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's So in a little bit more background on Cody, he passed away his senior year in high school. He was a few months short of graduating from Penn State and about to go to law school. He was just a great person.
He would have been a great lawyer. He would have been a great
Yes.
lawyer. And it's funny what you guys, the Barrace family, is doing in this effort is, he didn't fulfill what we all knew what he could be, but you're fulfilling much more and big things in his name, and I think it's so important. So anybody out there that has an opportunity, number one, the party at night is a blast. The number two, the basketball is great. It really is, and it's intense up at Scranton Prep Saturday morning. And then on top of that, the foundation's doing great work. Joe, we commend you, the whole Barrace family, for doing this and continuing to do it. How many years are we doing this?
This will be the 14th annual.
14th annual. Well, it's good stuff. It honors a great guy. And we thank you for coming on to tell us a little bit more about it. We'll talk to you again later in the week, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, my man. Joseph Barrace, Cody Barrace Foundation, Saturday. All the events really worth participating. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. The Animals. Murph tells us this date, 1964, they released their hit House of the Rising Sun. And a very sad note, but something that we really need to remember historically. Man's inhumanity to man. And when government control means everything, savagery follows. Every time, not sometimes. So as we're dealing with the Communist Democrat Party, they need to enforce their lunacy. And people get that it's lunacy. And so enforcement becomes force. It becomes savagery. This date, 1944, you heard the little clip. Anne Frank arrested with her sister, parents, and 4 others by the Gestapo. They were hiding 2 years inside a building in Amsterdam, not in Germany. A lot of people think she lived in Germany or was hiding in Germany. She was living in Amsterdam in hiding and died at Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, but her diary formed the basis of movies, of books, and of incredibly important lore and history. Remembering, and so when you look at Iran, period, when you look at Iran, they are the new Nazi Germany. Islam, in its extreme form, is the new fascism. The old fascism, which is communism, that's control of people, is what is trying to take root in the United States of America in the guise of the Democrat Party, the once great Democrat Party. George checks in. Rob, do you know that you can sing Amazing Grace, the House of the Rising Sun? I never tried that, and as Johnny Carson would say, I did not know that. Oh, well, in any event. Joe from Trips Park, he said, idiot Mamdani just announced that to shop at his government grocery store, they will need identification to verify residency. I know. And the clown, I'm telling you, these scums on the left will lie to your face. Oh, no, that's much different, he said. It's much different. Please tell me how so. I need an ID, and I need to prove where I live, where I'm from, in order to buy at your idiotic grocery stores. Yeah, the ones that are going to cost everybody money and drive privately owned bodegas out of business. Those? Oh, yeah, those stores. Well, by the way, since we're talking about communists, let's talk about Paige, and she's got a new theme song, Paige Cognetti. Chicago died last night when Paige was out there raising money, and a bunch of left-wing sickos got together to provide the money for her to lie to us about herself and about our great Congressman Rob Bresnahan. Chicago died. Well, let's put it this way. Chicago might not have died, but the truth did. And she got more money to lie to us from this fundraiser in Chicago, which she left the city in crisis to raise. And then the little scumbag in Bala Kinwood, who loves Paige because Paige wants to mutilate children with gender dysphoria. Yeah, she's all in on the sickness. Please, don't fool yourselves. Ron from Jessup, how are you, my man?
Oh, Bob, how you doing?
Great.
The reason I'm calling in, I'm 68 collecting Social Security. So But anyhow, I've been registered since 1976. I have not missed an election since. Every 2 and 4 years, an off year.
Good for you.
Now, what's annoying, first of all, before I waste my breath, are you familiar with John F. Kennedy?
The senator or the former president?
No, the former president, 1963.
Of course.
Now, I just remind all viewers out there, because I read about him and researched him. He was a staunch anti-communist.
Yep.
He loved free markets and free market capitalism, and he cut the top tax rate, and he loved America.
Yep.
And he only wanted to pass legislation which was beneficial for the country. Now, that being said, you know what's annoying the hell out of me? I consider that a mainstream Democrat.
Correct. There's no moderate. I was saying that earlier. There are no moderate Democrats right now. They're all dancing to the money tune, which is left-wing lunatic billionaires and billionaire groups who are trying to destroy the country, and they're all dancing to it. I don't see the difference.
I will never, even Newsmax and Fox and the people I listen to say the more moderate Democrats. You can't name me one Democrat that meets the John F. Kennedy standard.
None.
None is right.
Not even close.
No.
And by the way, not even close. I pointed out, and this is something that people need to hear because they don't, and I get it. People don't pay as close attention as we do to politics. But the open border, it's pure insanity. That's Democrat Party policy. And crushing ICE, who's trying to clean up after 4 years of open border, is Democrat Party policy. Gender mutilation of children is Democrat Party policy. Please tell me where we're different here. Cashless bail is Democrat Party policy. Please tell me where we're different. Letting Iran have not only income, but additional funding from the United States is Democrat Party policy. Please tell me where they're different from communists and Islamists. I don't know any area where they're not.
And Josh Shapiro is a skilled liar. Now, unfortunately, he's not dumb like, what's his name, Newsom of California. He doesn't make insane remarks.
Yes.
Did you hear what Newsom said last week with a straight face?
Well, he said that everything he said is stupid.
Yeah. This one I couldn't believe, and I said to myself, boy, I wish Josh Shapiro would talk like that. It would make Stacey's campaign a lot easier. I guess the subject of wildfires came up, and he says, well, when it comes to fighting fires and wildfires, California is the model that the rest of the country should follow.
I heard that. It's I'm telling you.
He has no shame.
None.
He's dumb.
None. And he is dumb. He thinks we're dumb. That's the point. But he also realizes his voters are dumb. They want to be dumb. They're either dumb or they want to be. And he realizes that. That's a majority of California voters.
I hope to God Steve Hilton wins, but he's ahead in the polls. But don't keep counting votes until he gets enough to lose. Just like in that primary for the
LA mayor. Yeah,
Pratt got screwed.
I know.
They kept counting. It's something like after the first couple of days, the leader didn't get any more votes, but that other communist got most of the votes.
Isn't that suspicious? Yes. Oh, they will steal. You've got to. It's like Trump in 2024. You have to win by so much. I was saying it's at least 5% to overcome the cheating and the voting fraud. At least 5%. And Hilton, I'd say, looking at California, you've got to win by at least 10% to actually prevail in the election.
Yeah, if the votes were counted honestly, I think he's got a good chance.
Correct.
Because the people can't be that stupid. The majority of the people have to realize,
We'll see. They keep voting
And
Democrat. They keep voting communist. I don't get it.
Now, I remember when you and Munchak ran, you said you ran a campaign ad saying 12 years of Democrat rule is enough.
Yep.
Stacey Garrett should say 12 years of governor rule is enough in this state.
And it has been. We
Oh,
are
yeah, between Tom Wolf and
we are
and Shapiro's
ranked.
weak on crime because when he was an attorney general, he had the same lunatic philosophy too. Well, if you commit murder, I'll just give you a slap on the wrist.
Well, he
That's
also came
ridiculous.
to Lackawanna County and prosecuted people for the benefit of the Scranton Times and certain people in power up here. And then all of those convictions either got thrown out or he was lost at trial. No, he's horrendous. And he also let Larry Krasner run wild as district attorney in Philly. No, he's scum.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, he's a scumbag phony, Shapiro. There's no doubt about it. Hey, we got to go,
I don't
my
know
man.
where this happened. I don't know where this happened recently, but some insane liberal judge, somebody committed second-degree murder, and it wasn't over a family issue. It was a violent murder, and they gave him 4 years in jail.
Yep.
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I saw that, and these are what communists in our judiciary can do because they've got a lot of power. Ron, we got to go, my man. 10:33 on my Ricardo's watch. We'll do this. Listen to our great sponsors. We'll come back with the Veterans Tribute, the weather, and then Tina Morocco. Bill from Pittston, too, by the way. Our Veterans Tribute brought to you, as always, by our man John Basiliga. And on Tuesdays, we highlight one of his great companies, Serenity Care, a personal care community who tells you, live better. Well, this is how they do it. There are 4 locations in the Mid-Valley section of Lackawanna County, Old Forge at its southern tip, Wyoming and Kingston in Luzerne County, have been completely renovated inside and out. They're beautiful. They're places you'd be proud to live in or have a member of your family live in. Because John has a passion for providing the highest quality senior care in Northeast Pennsylvania. Daily housekeeping, freshly prepared restaurant quality meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Individually controlled heating and cooling in each resident room. That's a big deal. And so much more in all-inclusive monthly rent. Serenity Care, a senior living community. They tell you live better. William Young. He was from Scranton. We lost him January 19th of 2024. He resided at Willowbrook Senior Living for 2 years prior to his passing, where he continued to enjoy life and was always in constant contact with his 6 children, their spouses, his 17 grandchildren, and his 4 great-grandchildren. Bill lived his notable life to the fullest, which is to be expected from a man who was always the tallest in the room. Bill was born in Scranton, graduated from Scranton Central High School in 1950. He enlisted in the United States Navy and served as a radar man on a number of naval vessels. He returned to Scranton after his service to pursue a degree in accounting at the University of Scranton. Married the love of his life, Catherine Rode Kappert. Back in 1957, they spent 52 years together, raised 6 children in East Mountain. After his graduation from the university in 1959, he moved to New Jersey, earning his MBA at Rutgers and obtaining his CPA certificate while working full-time at Arthur Young, New York City. The family returned in 1965 to Scranton, where Bill was the comptroller at the Globe store, founding member of the CPA firm McGrail-Young, and later a partner in the firm Perenni, Randolph, Orlando, and Carey. And then so many know him through this. Bill and Catherine then went on to purchase Farley's Restaurant, downtown Scranton, and it had a 15-year run as Scranton's most popular watering hole. Yes, it did. And he and his wife, they were there every day, despite the duties he had across the street at his accounting firm. I got to know him in the office and at Farley's. Great guy. During all this time, Bill devoted himself to countless civic and academic organizations. Board of Trustees at Scranton Prep. He helped establish the President's Club at the University of Scranton. Honoring his naval service, he was a proud member of the American Legion Koch Connolly Post. Participated in the annual Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies well into his 80s. An enthusiastic golfer at the Country Club of Scranton, where he spent many happy hours on the links and in the clubhouse. Bill and Kay were devout Catholics who lived their faith, committed to providing the best possible education of their 6 children. He impressed upon the values of hard work, kindness, generosity, compassion, and I will add all of which he exemplified. His great sense of humor and pithy dadisms will endure for generations. It's impossible to capture the very full life in a few words, and his memory will warmly live on. He's survived by his 6 children and their spouses, his 17 grandchildren, and his 4 great-grandchildren. William Young, Bill Young, an old friend. A Veterans Tribute brought to you by Serenity Care, personal care community, who tells you, live better with Serenity Care. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the great gang at Montage Mountain. A perfect day for the water park, ain't it? Or as we sometimes say here, henna? Today, I haven't heard someone say that in a while. Bulldog. You hear people say henna anymore? I miss that. People always would say henna. That was short for ain't it? Ain't it? Well, today, mostly sunny, nicest day of the week, 87 degrees. It's a water park day through and through. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 62. Tomorrow, humid with times of clouds and sun. Thunderstorm possible in the afternoon. high 83, low 71. Thursday, times of clouds and sun, couple of showers and a thunderstorm possible. It'll be humid with a high of 86, low 71. Friday, mostly cloudy and humid with a couple of showers and thunderstorm, all possible, high 85, low 69. Saturday, mostly cloudy and humid, a thunderstorm in a couple of spots in the afternoon, but it's going to be hot again, just right. High 84, low 67. Great water park week at Montage. Bring the nieces and nephews. Bring the grandchildren. Bring the kids. Great place to hang out. Montage. Oh, you know that song. It means Tina Maraca's here. She's Global Sales Advisor at Sotheby's International Realty, Naples, Florida. You could reach her at Sotheby's in Naples or go direct to Tina Maracco, MURACCO.com. Tina Maracco is your trusted advisor, your trusted guide to Florida real estate, specializing in Southwest Florida. And here she is. Hi, Tina.
I'm here.
Hi, Tina.
How are you?
I'm doing great. What do you got?
So today, let's chat about one of the most common properties I get asked about is our bundled golf communities here in Naples and in Bonita Springs. And they're so popular because they don't have that big entry fee as a lot of the country clubs, the golf initiation fee. Bundled golf is where the golf membership is bundled into your HOA fees. And so we have a lot of courses like that, a lot of communities like that. Heritage Bay is like that. Vasari is like that. Bonita National, Esplanade. But I was thinking about these communities, and I love showing properties in these communities because typically the properties aren't terribly expensive. I was just looking at Heritage Bay, for instance, and the 2-bedroom plus bang condos, they start at under $300,000. So they're not terribly expensive. But what's so fun about these neighborhoods is their social calendar. In addition to golf, it is jam-packed with things to do. And I was looking through some of these things to do, and one of the things that stands out that you might not have in Northeast PA is glow ball.
Huh.
Have you heard of glow ball?
Yes, it has been done here. It has been done.
Yeah. So glow ball's fun because even if you're not a serious golfer,
sometimes up here we have to
probably
play glow ball during the day, by the way.
Yeah. So for those that aren't familiar with it, glow ball is nighttime golf, but usually it's only 9 holes, but they make it really fun here because a lot of times they make it progressive dinner and drinks. So for every hole, they'll have an appetizer and a drink, and everything will be lit up. And so sometimes people wear costumes if it's a themed event, but it's really just a social, fun way to get to know your neighbors or, people that live in the community or just hang out with your friends, something different to do. But glow ball, I mean, when I was explaining this to people, they were just like, I can't believe this place.
Well, the weather's so beautiful at night that it's actually a great way to hang out.
It is, especially if you start it at sunset and the sun's going down, and it's just, in Southwest Florida during season, it's like every day is a celebration.
Yeah.
We celebrate the sunsets. It's just, hanging out, and it's really like an adult Disney here,
Yeah.
It's just, It's just a lot of fun, a lot of things to do, but a lot of social events on the calendars there, like golf cart parades, there's theme dinners, there's dueling pianos, there's food trucks in the communities. So every day there's multiple things to do, you know. It keeps you active and it keeps you out there and doing things. So just remember that when you come to Southwest Florida and you're looking for properties, there's always something to do.
Well, one of the things you've been pointing out is, you know, a lot of people, they would think, look, all my family, all my friends are here. Yeah, well, if you're going to spend some time down there, significant amount of time, you're going to make a lot of friends if you want to.
Exactly. It's hard not to. And once everybody up north sees all the fun that you're having, you're going to get a lot of visitors. So get ready.
Yeah, love it. Oh, that's great. So Global. It's
Global.
Global Tuesday. All right. Thank you, Tina, so much. We appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye.
All right. Tina Morocco, your trusted advisor for Florida real estate, specializing in Southwest Florida. TinaMorocco.com, MURACCO, or any social media. Tina Morocco. The stories. Murph tells us this date, 1973. They moved up from number 20 to number 8 with their hit Brother Louie. Bob Cordaro back with you. We got a couple of calls we want to get before the top of the hour. John in Lake Ariel on the Coast Guard. Happy birthday, John, if you're a Coast Guard guy.
Got 2 boys in arms, Bob. Beautiful day out there, ain't it? No.
Thank you for that, too.
All right, Bob, I had to call. I hear Rob every afternoon blowing his kids' horns. I'm going to blow mine now.
Nice.
I've got 2 boys in the Coast Guard. One is a Master Chief. He was the first enlisted liaison to the United States Senate from the Coast Guard.
Neat.
That's number 1. My number 2 boy is a commander, lieutenant commander. He's down in Virginia. And my other boy is down in Philadelphia. I'm proud of both of them, and I had to call and blow their horn on the birthday of the Coast Guard.
I'm so happy you did. 1790, and your gang is carrying on that tradition. How about that?
Yes, they are, Bob, and I'm damn proud of it.
Well, John, I'm so happy you called. You made my day.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, my man,
one.
and thank your gang for doing this for all of us, please.
I will, Bob. Thank you.
All right, thank you, John from Lake Ariel. 2 kids in the Coast Guard. Wow. Bill from Pittston. How are you, Bill?
Hey, now. Remember that?
yeah.
I'll tell you, Bob. Honest to God, you're the best in your business. I mean. I never mind waiting because I'm so entertained and educated. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I sat there talking to myself. So I'm so glad you got this show.
I will absorb your flattery completely. Thank you. I'm honored.
It's from the heart. It's from
I'm
the head.
honored.
So.
Well, you're a good man.
You were talking before about over there in Holland, but what's her name?
Anne Frank, yeah.
Yeah, I was at the Anne Frank house, and it's breathtaking in a very eerie and sacred way. They don't have any signs about not talking, but it's everybody moves in silence, and it's just unbelievable. And that's the kind of, like you were talking about, that's what the Democrats are trying to do. And that's where Paige Cognutti comes in. I'm watching that commercial that she did, and it's stupid. I mean, only a moron would buy into that. It's very professionally done. Talking about the good old boys.
It's
I'm waiting
stunning.
for Rob Brezsny.
Her commercials are stunning in the shamelessness of the lies. It's really amazing.
And the way she paints Rob into a corner, I'm ready for him to come out with a big cigar in his mouth behind a desk, terminating all these local business, big corporate frauds. And she's got these people that are supposed to be local that look like they just crawled out from under a sewer. And, they're condemning Rob and painting him. And then she's got that little chuckle at the end. It's like, man, she does have a polished commercial, but she's so full of lies.
Well, you know who does her commercials? A group called Fight, who represented Graham Plattner, the disgraced Nazi communist. There is such a thing. And the Islamist communist Mamdani. She's using the same people, which tells us all we need to know about her philosophy. Add to that the sick little twerp who ran a fundraiser for her in Ballackinwood is like the spokesman for child mutilation in kids with gender dysphoria, number one. He raised money. He knows she will pursue his sick fantasies. And also, the at least two members of the Soros family have maxed out in their contributions to her. Disgraceful.
Yeah, well, I have another question for in a second, but, just listening to that riff you did with Bill Maher, I mean, when you put it out and you lay it out for what it is, it just blows my mind that people will actually vote for these social communists. No police. I mean, it's just insane. And and when Maher lays it out, it's like it's inconceivable that anybody would vote for it.
Mm-hmm. But they might. They really might. I mean, I'm telling you, we're in scary land here. We truly are. And the problem, though, is look at Mamdani's election. He received 7% of the registered vote in New York City. That's how he won. Nobody's voting on. No normal people are voting. No normal people are voting.
White female liberals with a liberal education are his supporters. And it's just incredible. But I have a question for you. Why is Soros so bent on doing this? I mean, he's a billionaire. I mean, I don't.
Well, he's devoted to destroy. He's quoted directly as saying his goal is to destroy America.
What's he got? What's his grievance against America? Do you have an idea?
He's a sick old bastard. That's
good.
Look at he was helping kill Jews and expose Jews. When he lived in Europe during World War II. So there's no depth that this scumbag will not go beneath. There is
none. Why doesn't somebody take him out? Well, you would think that
only the good die young, and he's in his 90s now. His son is worse. The son is worse. The rest of the family is horrendous. These are evil people. Truly evil people.
And the son has a connection to the Clintons. The son is married to Clinton's former advisor there that was, with Johnny Derringer or whatever his name, that disgraced congressman from New York. Hillary's aide is married to Soros' son.
Yep. No, these are awful, awful people, and they're part of the same hypocrisy, as Michael Corleone would say. Hey, we got to go, Bill. Thank you very much, my man. Always a pleasure. 11:02 is the time. Let's take our break for the news with Brian Hughes, and then we'll be back. You know it, baby. Great good morning, everyone. 11:10 a.m. on my Bacardo Jewelers watch. This beautiful Tuesday, August 4, year of our Lord 2026. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and honor, with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Serenity Care senior living community, the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like veterans we've lost in the last couple of years, but celebrate today, and they happen to be people I knew and admired, like Bill Young of Scranton, Jerry Butler of Music Lakes, and Pete Weinbrake of Clark Summit. So with history, our amazing founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle. Gaveling back to order at the sound of that bang, today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our deep and unalterable commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity to all of you who hearken here. So, yeah, we're in crazy land with these people. Absolute crazy land. And it's almost hard to believe. And you hear Elon Musk, and he's saying it straight out. These are normal positions for normal people to hold, and the Democrat Party of today, the Communist Party of today, has abandoned and hates all of these positions. And the media categorizes as far right. Far right to what? Have schools that teach fundamentals? To have a border which we control? To have illegal aliens taken out of the country? To let children with gender dysphoria find their own way before we mutilate them permanently? Please tell me the issue. That we destroy our enemies like Iran, evil enemies, before they can destroy us or our allies or the world economy? Please tell me. Or do we fall back to the Faucis, to the Bidens, to the sickening, disgraceful people, to the left-wing lunatics like Paige Cognetti? Is that what we do? Whew. Somebody says, Bob, I took my son for a haircut yesterday. Not somebody. Wendy from Taylor. Met a 1-year-old man who has no problem with Cognetti wanting to get rid of guns. By the way, for the cops, too. Paige Cognetti, we played it on the air in her own words, not mine. She wants to get rid of guns for the cops. So Wendy says, when I mentioned this to him, his response is, well, England doesn't have guns. Well, that's false. And he's going to be a teacher, God help us. No, we've got an entire generation that has been, remember how they got here. Permissive parents and all of us not paying attention to what has been destroyed. The American culture, American civics. Somebody texts in Paige Cognetti saying she didn't take a pay raise. Well, she gave herself one. What liar, the listener says. LTS, back at you. Another listener, Paige is another created public relations image with no substance. An empty pantsuit just like Camel Toe. Yep. Cabinet guy points out what I said earlier. Mamdani is requiring ID when you go to his free grocery stores, which, by the way, are never going to get built, just so you know. And they ain't going to cost $30 million each instead of $3 million, which a private company would do. They'll be 40 or 50 million. I'll guarantee it. If he gets it done at all. These people are liars. They're phonies. They lie about what they say and what they believe and what they're going to do. They lie about their opponents because that's all they have. That's Paige Cognetti. There's not one iota of truth in her commercials. Crazy. They hate the exposure of fraud against the federal government and the U.S. taxpayer. They hate it. Somebody texts in, Bob, on a different subject. I kind of agree with you regarding data centers. So many people opposed are the craziest lefties, and that gives me pause to agree with them. It really does myself as well. Listener continues, the one item that I never hear is the potential for terrorist or military attacks. Drone attacks seem like the future threat. Best not to live nearby. Well, now there's a legitimate reason. As somebody pointed out, Joe pointing out, Uma Abedin, who's the Hillary Clinton advisor, who was married to Weiner, the sick pervert former congressman. Well, that's his former wife. She's now married into the Soros family. This is how they do it. This is how they do it. And don't forget Hillary giving George Soros effusive praise. Oh, and also Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Somebody said, Paige is a left-wing lunatic. It says in her commercial that she's independent. LOLLTS. Yes. Independent of who? Her donors, like the board of directors of Fidelity Bank? Independent of them? They get $7 million returned for $15,000 in contributions. And by the way, I don't criticize them for that. I criticize her. She can be rented. And by the way, she will be owned by all of the left-wing lunatic fundraisers out of town. Somebody had texted in earlier. They said, I truly don't understand how a candidate for U.S. Congress could be raising money all over the country instead of just Pennsylvania. There's got to be something wrong with it. There is something wrong with it. Paige is bought and owned by left-wing lunatics, and she is a left-wing lunatic, period. That's the sad fact. Now, no matter how nice she may appear to you in person, I live under her incompetence, number one, and I know her agenda on the federal level. It's a disgrace. It's sickening. It's left-wing lunacy. All right, I look up and we got to take a break. Mike from Bloomsburg, hang in there. We're going to come back and go right to you. Bob Cordaro on the eponymous program, reminding you, Roach Supply, the premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania, 75 years in business. 96-year-old veteran Ron Roach, in charge and large. Visit roachsupply.com today, ROCHE, and they're bringing you the lovely moon face of, well, my own moon face, alternately smiling and scowling on YouTube. WILK, Bob Cordaro Show. You'll find us, and you'll see Roach Supply. We'll be back. You know what the fairness doctrine means to people in the media, the left-wing media? It means being able to spout their left wing and saying, no, that's neutral. Well, this day, 1979, Cheap Trick moved into the top 10 charts at number 10 with their hit, I Want You to Want Me. Bob Cordaro back on the program. By the way, just a shout out, and this was sent to me through Cutie. People send me messages on Facebook. I just, there's too many. And I've already got a full-time job, so my apologies. But there was a private message sent to me that I did not see. But Debbie Bott, she's retiring from the DA's office. And that is so great. She put in all of her days, all those years, and I'm so proud. And great people. Great people. And so to Debbie Bott, congratulations on finishing up your career in the DA's office. Started under Andy Jarbola, and now under Brian Gallagher, who's a great DA as well. So congratulations, Debbie. That's good stuff. And Billy Bott, thank you for reaching out. Appreciate it very much. Quickly, let's go to the phones because Mike from Bloomsburg has been very patient, and he's always got something neat to say.
Hey, Bob, thank you for the introduction there. I want to say this. I think half of this country is going crazy. I was at a get-together, a family get-together, and one of the people there, sister-in-law, law degree from a prestigious college, the most important thing to her right now was the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C., and what was happening there.
Oh, my God.
And
then she should be a Trump supporter. He's the one fixing the damn thing.
Oh, no, this is all his fault.
Wow.
See, that's the beauty about being on the left. Everything is Trump's fault. I listened to the news breaks on WILK,
yep.
And it's like one anti-Trump piece of news after another. And here's what I want to say. This is what I listen to. I listen to people saying that they have so many fires in the Pacific Northwest, and most of them are arson, set by arsonists, okay? And then you have attacks, cyber attacks, probably many more than are being reported, but, the ones in the water systems, we're hearing that. There's all kinds of things going on, and you know what? 4 years, the Democrat left allowed people to just walk into this country. They're demanding us to get shots or lose our jobs. These people can come in the country completely unvaccinated, then be relocated to wherever they wanted in this country. And it was generally places where they could get free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, to affect the electoral college vote and to increase dependency and do everything that the Democrat left wants to do to tear down and destroy the United States of America. That's what that was all about.
Yes.
4 years of
it's nothing. I mean, it's literally nothing to do with America except a deep resentment and hatred. They found out, Mike, that most of the DSA people, they are white, college educated, some even with postgraduate degrees, but they don't make any money because they're probably gender studies or some other wasteful degree. And they're bitter with life, and they want it handed to them, and they think they deserve it to be handed to them because they went to college. That's the predominant DSA member right there.
And the reason for that is because the Democrat left wants you to believe life is easy.
Yeah.
And it's never been easy. Now, granted, it's a lot easier in the United States than most of the other places in the world. But life is not easy. Getting a job, having a family, having a house, or paying the bills, that's not easy for most people. And the idea that you say you can make it easy for them is just complete lunacy.
Yeah.
Because wherever they've tried it, it has failed. And the United States will be no different.
Crazy stuff. It's a crazy place we've gotten to. I don't know why. I really don't. But we have, it's the old story. They tell it in the Middle East. They said a father goes to work riding a camel. His son goes to work riding a Mercedes. His son goes to work riding a camel. It's just, it's the collapse that we are fighting to prevent. It's the collapse into nonsense and regression. That's who they are. They're not progressives. I've been saying it on this show for years. They're regressives. They want to bring us back to insanity. They truly do.
They want to try to make something happen that has failed every single time in history it was tried, because they think they are better than reality.
Sad stuff. You know it, brother. Thank you, Mike. Always a pleasure.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thank you much. Take care.
Let's go quickly. Mother Teresa. Mary Regina sent it, and I know I'll forget if I don't get to it, for August 4th. She says, until you hear Jesus in the silence of your heart, you will not be able to hear him saying, I thirst, in the hearts of the poor. St. Teresa, Mother Teresa, for August 4th. Thank you, Mary Regina, as always. Heading up to 11:30 on my Bicardo Jewelers watch. That's why it's got that nice sweep hand. We're going to take a break. We're going to hear from our great sponsors. We've got a Veterans Tribute, another guy I knew and admired. The AccuWeather forecast brought to you by our great friends up at Montage, and more, as they always say. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Our Veterans Tribute this hour, as with every hour, this day as with every day, brought to you dutifully, loyally, proudly, patriotically by our man John Basiliga. And on Tuesdays, we feature his Serenity Care personal care community. 4 great facilities for seniors to live in the Mid-Valley section of Lackawanna County, the Old Forge on the southern tip of that county, Wyoming, and Kingston right here in Luzerne. Personal care and dementia care services, dementia units located at the Mid-Valley and Kingston locations. All 4 personal care locations completely renovated inside and out, accepting new residents with pride. John Basiliga has a passion for providing the highest quality senior care in the area and beautiful personal care homes for seniors to live in. Serenity Care, they tell you, live better. James Peter Weinbrake. He was known as Pete. We lost him June 23rd of 2024. He was 84 years old. Pete was from Clark Summit, survived by his wife, Rachel Altavilla Weinbrake, with whom he shared a devoted marriage of 60 years. He was a proud, dedicated, and loving father to 3 children, pop-up to 11 adorable grandchildren. He also held favorite uncle status with many nieces and nephews. Born in Scranton, longtime resident of Clark Summit, he was well known for his kindness, easy demeanor, and great sense of humor. Recalling his exploits at Clark Summit High School, class of 57, he often remarked to his grandchildren, "I made straight A's, although my B's were crooked." I just got that now. He graduated with a bachelor's degree from Wilkes College, where he met his best friend and the love of his life, Rachel, in 1961. Pete Weinbrake excelled on the gridiron for the Comets and later at Wilkes College. He proudly served this country as a United States Marine for 3 years at Camp Lejeune, where he also played football and was named a member of the National All-Marine football team in 1960. He shared his love for football as a beloved coach for the Abington Astros. After beginning his career as an insurance adjuster, Pete and his good friend Byron Miles founded an auto parts distribution business in Scranton. He returned to the insurance industry, however, and retired as claims manager for the Pennsylvania State Workers Insurance Fund. Always warm and friendly, Pete enjoyed good times, lots of laughs with many hunting, fishing, and golf buddies. Founding member of the Globetrotters Fishing Club and longtime member of the Scranton Canoe Club, where he somehow managed to score 3 holes in 1. Wow. Pete also enjoyed traveling with his Rachel and their friends, many destinations around the world. Most importantly, he cherished his time with family, cheering on his grandchildren during their athletic and performing arts events. Besides his parents, Pete was predeceased by his sisters, Virginia Weinbrake and my old pal, Clara Pudge Edcroft. Pete Weinbrake, a good man and a Marine. Our tribute this hour brought to you by Serenity Care and John Basiliga, who both tell you, live better. AccuWeather forecast brought to you by the great gang at Montage Mountain Resort, the water park in full swing, the arcade in full swing in the lodge. Today's a perfect day to go there. Mostly sunny today, nicest day of the week, high 87. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 62. Tomorrow, humid with times of clouds and sun, a thunderstorm around in the afternoon. High 83, low 71. Thursday, times of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. It'll be humid. High 86, low 71. Friday, mostly cloudy, humid, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm. High 85, low 69. Saturday, mostly cloudy and humid, a thunderstorm in a couple of spots in the afternoon. High 84, low 67. And that's your weather Brought to you by the gang up at Montage Mountain Resort, the water park in full swing. It's 77 beautiful degrees already. Get up there and enjoy. I'm looking at the top Democrat nominees in the polls. Kamala Harris leading, Gavin Newsom second, Pete Buttigieg third, AOC fourth. Now that's before you get to the actual avowed communists. They embarrass the bar at Star Wars, these people. Bunch of freak lunatics. Holy cow. I'm telling you, it's got to be embarrassing. It has to be embarrassing to be a Democrat. It has to be, if you're sane. Those are the leaders. Pastor Mitch pointing out, he goes, ALTS, bro. I signed the petition at Pittston Farmers Market because you reminded me, God bless you, sir. Well, he has, Pastor Mitch. Thank you. Somebody says, LTS, we need to see Stacey Garrett and Bresnahads. They both need to win. What are they waiting for? Money. All the money's on the left because they know they're going to get the money out of government. They know they're going to get the money out of government. They'll get it back. Bob LTS saw a clip about the California Nick Shirley bill, how they want to fine you if you take a video and report on fraud, waste, and abuse in California. Unbelievable, says Slick. Yep. And somebody reminding me, because I kept forgetting to mention it. They found major healthcare fraud in Pennsylvania. And our attorney general, not the previous one, the clown show of Josh Shapiro, no. Current attorney general and the feds have uncovered major healthcare fraud in Shapiro's, Pennsylvania. Something they would have covered up. Somebody texts in, that lady from the barbershop should have told that young man who didn't want anybody to have guns and thought how good it is in England. He should look at what's happening in that country now. It's a damn mess. Yeah. But see, these are uneducated people. At best, you could say they're miseducated. At best, they're idiots. And they don't understand anything. Somebody texted in when I talk about the four leading candidates for president of the United States on the Democrat Party. These are Democrat voters now. There's something seriously wrong that they would support Kamala Harris, that they would support Pete Buttigieg, that they would support Gavin Newsom, and that they would support AOC. You can't be. What do we want? People that are dumber than us to be the president? Back on that Pennsylvania looting of our health care. Now, here we go again. Pennsylvania, just like Minnesota, Medicare looted. Yeah, of course. 11:44. We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We will return. Thanks, Gerard. Thanks, Frank. Well, Sinatra's on a bar in Noumea, New Caledonia, where it is 2:45 in the morning. Just explain to you, we do this 2:45. I used to be on noon to 3. I replaced Rush Limbaugh when the great one passed. And we started doing 2:45 with Sinatra. But, you know, now that I'm on 9 to noon, which very happy they let me move to, we got to do something. But we didn't want to abandon Frank. So my man Rick Bigelow lets me know where it's 2:45 in the morning as the time changes. And we do it. Green Ridge Neighborhood Association, your disgrace is complete. Biden banner disgrace. Stolen valor. Stolen city. Day 232. The Green Ridge Neighborhood Association put up a hometown hero banner saluting Joe Biden, the worst president in the world, the most disgraceful president, commander-in-chief we've ever had. When it was brought to their attention that hometown hero banners for veterans only and Joe Biden had repeatedly dodged service, they said, well, one of the leaders said, the president of the organization said, well, he risked his life every time he left the White House. Oh, my God. Yeah, she actually said that. And the banner's there for 232 days. Well, his hometown's Baltimore. He just told you that, not Scranton. And he hasn't been back since his presidency, which tells you what he thinks of you, Greenridge. All made up, all created by the Obama image makers. Scranton Joey. He's from Baltimore, and he didn't serve. Take the banner down. 232 days of disgrace by the Green Ridge Neighborhood Association. This date, 1995. Hootie and the Blowfish, Murph tells us, moved up to number 7 with their hit, Let Her Cry. Well, there was a shooting in the Hills section. Young man under arrest. And, but unfortunately, the mayor was out of town raising money from left-wing lunatics. Where do we see the list of these clowns? Yeah, the home of Mayor Brandon Johnson. So when she went to Chicago, Paige probably said, hey, let's turn us into Chicago. I love Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson's a supporter of mine. And the shootings began. Man, oh man. I'm telling you. An absentee mayor. By the way, somebody texted in, will the Greenridge Neighborhood Association now petition City Council to change their name from the Greenridge section of Scranton to the Balmore section of Scranton? Yeah, they should. Somebody says, oh, come on, Bob. Is Biden really the worst president we ever had? Yes, by a mile. And maybe you weren't paying attention. That means you better listen to the show more often. The listener says, I mean, he was pretty bad, but the worst ever? Yes, it's not even close. Not even close. Have you forgotten about Richard Nixon? Nixon was okay. Not great. He was terrible on the economy. Nixon was okay. Great on foreign policy. Jimmy Carter? Yeah. Horrible president. Incompetent. But he wasn't malicious. He and his team were not malicious towards the country. Biden combined the maliciousness of Lyndon Johnson, the horrendous policies of Lyndon Johnson, with the incompetence of Jimmy Carter. The worst ever. It's not even close. Please read your history. You'll understand what I'm saying. So we finished today with McCartney and Wings, because Murph says on this date, 73, they moved from number 21 to number 3 with their hit, Live and Let Die. Hey, a couple of pieces of mail I've been meaning to get to. The Z-Man, he finishes his letter, keep the faith, God bless the USA. And a couple of suggestions. I don't agree with all of them, but some of them. Cap on donations for political parties be done, like salary cap for sports. Z-Man also says, even if Iran agrees to stop developing nukes, how about chemical and biological? You're right. They need to be, their leadership needs to be killed. And the Z-Man on data centers. How about putting them in abandoned warehouses? There's some very large ones in Northeast PA. And then our man Gary Bedio from Berwick, he said he wants to end taxes for seniors paying school taxes. LTS back at you, brother. I just want to make sure I got it across because I can't keep all my mail, but I want to make sure I acknowledge it. I love snail mail. So thank you, Gary. Thank you, Z-Man. Much appreciated. Well, as Sir Paul plays on, we're winding up our day. We're winding up the deal. We want to thank Roach Supply for bringing you our visual, our live stream on YouTube. Bob Cordaro Show, WILK, you'll find it. And underneath, you'll see Roach Supply celebrating 75 years in business. The premier bath and kitchen supplier in Northeast Pennsylvania for a long, long time. They are great. And then thanks to Tina Morocco, your trusted guide to Florida real estate, focusing and specializing in Southwest Florida. Tina Morocco, MURACCO.com. Yeah, Biden, the worst by a mile. It ain't even close. No one did willful destruction of this country like that scumbag. No one was as directly and obviously corrupt as Joe Biden selling the vice presidency. You know that. Come on, man. 12 o'clock on Picardo's watch. That means we've got to go. Sue Henry show next. Rob O'Donnell show after that. God willing, I'll be with you tomorrow morning. But for now, we must gavel to a close today's meeting of the Club for Common Sense, otherwise known as the Bob Cordaro Show. And we do it with a bang. Have a great afternoon. Get to the water park.